All right, you guys.
Oh.
Are you ready to start the show over again?
Let's have a do-over.
Oh, man.
Apparently, the viewers can't hear Brad, but they can hear me.
Yeah. They can hear you the whole time over there. Zack Jones, what's up, dude?
Hey.
I'm going to go back through my spiel because I'm assuming that most of our listeners can't read lips out there, so we're going to redo the intro here. Let me find my papers. Anyway, you guys, hope you enjoyed reading my lips there. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the show. Of course, I'm Brad Brock, as you may know. And joining me, as always, is Miss Jordyn Taylor. Oh, that's Zach. I am not winning today.
Do the opposite of whatever you're doing.
Yeah, no kidding. This whole thing it's completely getting to me, you guys. And I did not have enough to drink yet. We do have a fun show for you tonight. Waiting in the wings, we do have Zack Jones, as you just saw his video, from the Gravel Kings and Snorkel Corn Entertainment. We're going to chat with him, play some games, and try to squeeze a song out or two. Jordyn and I are excited to share our adventure we had today as we teamed up with our local juice company, Indian River Select. So we got a fun little video there to share with all of you. We are watching the comments, so please, now that you can hear us, feel free to chime in and join our conversation. And yeah, thank you, of course, so much for tuning in live here, and to those listening to the podcasts tomorrow on iHeartRadio, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your podcast. Thank you so much. And if you're watching in on HD on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button. Finally, now that we've gotten through all that again, what's up, Zach? This is Zack Jones from Snorkel Corn Entertainment.
How you doing?
Oh, good, buddy. Let me make sure you got some volume there so we can actually hear you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I think they
Great.
can hear you.
Awesome.
Oh man, Zach, what is up, dude? What I mean, you in a very small handful of other people, obviously that work in our business. Really, I feel like you and the other agents around town kind of really got the brunt of this, because it wasn't just you that lost something when everything shut down, but it was or wasn't just us that lost something. You guys lost so much more than just you.
It's messed up. I'm more sad about the musicians. Just having to tell them that all their stuff is canceled, and we have no idea when they're going to go back to work. Luckily, I still have a little bit of work behind the scenes to do. It's not much, so I'm also taking a huge hit. Yeah, I wanted a vacation, but not like this. So I feel terrible. I feel terrible for the bars and the restaurants we work with too. Some are not open at all anymore, and then some are trying to do takeout, and that's really not. That was great for the first couple weeks, but it just didn't seem like it's been able to help a business sustain.
Yeah, it's certainly not. Yeah. You hit the nail on the head. It's certainly not sustainable to just be a takeout service. Even furloughing your employees, which is a great thing that a lot of places are doing, so that they're able to go and get their unemployment if they're able to go and get it. It's just not sustainable to run any business for that matter, but certainly take a huge chunk out of what you would normally do and then, continue to run on that. But
yeah, no, it's crazy to have. The different emotions that each musician or bartender or bar manager, restaurant manager, and myself are all going through. It changes sometimes week to week, hour to hour, day to day. It's kind of all over the place. I think we all have days where we're like, we'll be fine. And then maybe like a few minutes later, we're like, fuck.
Dude, it is a complete roller coaster. I run through it in waves. Jordyn can attest over there. She'll call me out. She'll be like, listen, you're being an asshole. And I'm like, I'm so, just because, 1 minute I'm either working on a graphic project or, I'll get some small projects that come in for friends and other business people. And that occupies my time and I feel useful and I go through the motions. But then when I sit and or pick up a guitar, I'm just like, oh man, this is just the worst. But like I said, to imagine what you guys are going through, because I'm sure when it all went down, your cell phones just didn't stop ringing for hours, days, maybe, with all of musicians and venue owners just trying to figure it out. It's great. It's a lot of pressure.
It's I got so many texts because it kind of hit the news before me and the other restaurant managers and bar owners knew how serious it was. We didn't know it was going to happen that quickly, so we got texts immediately from all the musicians, and not just the musicians, but in some cases like the bingo acts that we hire for like the slow weeknights, like just all 1099 entertainment workers wondering. We had so many events planned for block parties. Like we had our Sailfish block party that St. Patrick's Day weekend, so just to be safe, we basically took apart the entire block party Friday night and just moved everything inside Sailfish Brewing Company. And then like 2 days later, everybody's out of work.
It was wild.
It was weird. Yeah, and I mean, I got so scared, like I didn't even end up going to the St. Patrick's Day thing. I kind of just sat around the house all day Saturday trying to figure out like what the fuck to do. And
exactly. I mean, I had plans to go out for St. Patty's Day and do that whole thing. It's one of my favorite holidays. And yeah, I didn't do anything. I sat at home. I was like, this is crazy. And it's funny. I was actually that Friday night, or maybe it had to have been the week later, but I was supposed to play the week, or it was a Saturday or Friday, one of those 2 days that I was.
Yeah, I think it was Friday.
Yeah, that the governor signed that everything shuts down except for takeout to go. And I was all geared up. I was supposed to play at Hurricane Grill in Palm City that night. And all the way up until there, it was like, yep, we're still on. We're still on. And I sent a text and I was like, I think you need to double check because I just read an article that the governor just signed off on all the closings and it's over. But yeah, so, and that was that. I looked at Jordyn and I was like, yep, this is I'm now out of a job in terms of playing music live. So that sucks, man. It's been crazy.
No, it's crazy. One of the things that has been on my mind is getting back into it when this is all over. Because, how it's being handled right now, and I'm not trying to get political with anything, but I don't feel like we really have like all the answers from our government as to how we're supposed to go about this. Everything happened so quickly, people died so quickly, it spread really fast. So I feel like kind of jumping right back into, okay, let's have all the musicians go out on Friday. This Friday and Saturday night, we're opening back up May 1st. Everybody's going to be out partying. This is great. I feel like that's like so backwards productive.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely counterproductive to what we're trying to do, really.
In my mind, I just never want to do this ever again. Like,
yeah. So however long we got to wait it out to make sure it doesn't happen again, we need to do that.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't want it to come back in December and be like, oh, we gotta. You have like parts of Japan, I think, right now that are shutting back down, or China, or one of the countries. Sorry, that was shitty. I don't know which country it is. I'm not a news broadcaster, but I'm just kind of going through news articles and flipping, and every headline, I'm like, oh shit. And
right. And that's, I mean, it's a major factor because it's good to be informed, but it's also, it's a lot to process
there's so much
all at
to keep
once.
up with
And it
now.
is, and it really is just it's. I almost feel like you could be prepared, or as prepared as you can be, but something like this, not only did it spread so quickly, but it takes so long to see that you're sick in many cases. So it's just crazy, Yeah,
it's also hard to know what to believe because there's just like so much contradicting information and different things. It's like you can't believe everything. So it's like, what's the truth?
Yeah.
Really?
Well,
or some form.
The truth is, it should be a slow roll back out, and unfortunately, I hope it's not true on a massive scale, but some of our friends and some of our venues, they may not make it through this, depending on how long everything's closed down. So it's going to be a way different landscape by the time we're all ready to get out there and start playing gigs again for everybody, not just for musicians, but your karaoke hosts, your bingo hosts, your DJs, your restaurant employees. It's going to be wild.
Christine had some good news.
Yeah, what did Christine say?
She posted in the chat and said that they were able to reopen 10 additional stores in her region this week and bring 35 people out of furlough.
Nice. Christine is
what does she do?
She's a regional manager for Aeropostale or American Eagle. I'm sorry.
Eagle.
Yeah, I always get those two confused because the Aero. But yeah, that's awesome. That is great news to get some people back to work.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what they're doing. I guess people can go out and buy clothes and stuff. She says to fill online orders specifically.
Oh, cool.
So that is very cool.
That's cool.
Nice.
Well, one silver lining we've been discussing the last few weeks on the show, Zach, is that a lot of musicians have kind of picked up this live streaming torch, which is really kind of a super cool thing. I mean, musicians have been doing it for ages, but to see it on this kind of scale was really, and the response from people watching in terms of throwing them a bone or sharing those and sharing it with their friends, so people are getting really decent views on their living room shows. It's pretty awesome. What has been your experience with the live streaming so far?
I'm starting to kind of really get into it. I'm working on a couple small projects. I've just been kind of slowly messaging everybody and taking my time. I don't know how long this thing's going to be going for, so I'm not trying to rush anything.
Right, sure.
I didn't necessarily, and it's usually I'm complete opposite. Like, I do rush in everything, and I think this is one of those things where I just wanted to see how, this is new for me. I'm usually good at getting people to pack into a bar or a festival or something like that, but to get them to pack into a live streaming chat, I was like, well, this is kind of a different thing. I think what I need to do is just experience more as a viewer and see what people are I had to see how they're tipping, see if this is all worth it. For the thing that I want to put together, I don't even it's not even more about money, really. It's just like everybody's so bored, and now I think is the time to be creative, whether you're live streaming or not even doing it at all. If you're just at home, now's the time to kind of see what else you got to offer just for yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. And keeping your mind in check during times like this, during boredom times like this is really good anyway. I was telling Jordyn earlier, it reminds me of when I would come home on vacations from cruise ships, because I would usually do 4 to 6 months on the ship, and then I would be home for 2 months. But by week 6 of that 2 months, I'm ready to just go bonkers, because I'm just so bored. Out of that money, you've done everything I wanted to do, and now you're just kind of waiting for the next thing to happen. And I feel like I just have that, but with no light at the end of the tunnel right now.
Yeah, I feel like I've been procrastinating a little bit. The second everything went down, I want to say so Monday before St. Patrick's Day, in my mind I was like, this is going to be 2 months. I'm going to get a head start on working around the house and get things organized around the house and just doing all these home projects that I, haven't had a chance to get around to because I've been so busy, especially this season.
Right.
And then the following Monday came around and I was like, fuck my life.
Exactly.
And then I've kind of completely paused a little bit. Then I started, I'm just like, all right, I'm going to reorganize the rooms, one room to one room. I got all my recording stuff finally set up last night, so I'm hoping that'll do something. I ordered an iPad Pro to play around with and take some classes for graphic design. I got a login for master classes to take some guitar tutorials and stuff like that, some songwriting tutorials and classes. So that's kind of how I'm looking to spend the remainder of time here.
That's awesome.
That and yoga.
It's great though, man. It's a great way to remain productive, and like I said, keep your mind busy, which is what a lot of people are doing now. Before all this was going down, I was seeing little things on your Facebook about a little side project that you've been putting together. Obviously, that's probably been kind of put on the back burner. But tell me a little bit about Sandman Sleeps.
Sandman Sleeps is such a cool project. We actually, I think the first 2 weeks of this quarantine, maybe 2.5 weeks, I was there almost every single night with Karsten and Christina and Alex. And it's this awesome band, these two girls who I met at Hop Life at an open mic, I don't know, 7 or 8 months ago. They finally called me to come jam, and so I went over there, and I'm like, these songs are awesome. I called my buddy Karsten. He brought his drums over, and man, we were just really we had 8 songs in a matter of 3 weeks.
That's
just
awesome.
Completely down. And we were looking to actually play our first show on May 1st. And that's not going to happen now.
Yeah, unfortunately. Oh, that's a bummer.
We're also scheduled to play May 9th at the Brewhouse anniversary down in Palm Beach. That's probably not going to happen. I mean, at this point, we haven't even had time to rehearse. So I mean, all those things are kind of out of the question. We can't be in the same room with each other. But it's just Christina writes these really cool songs, and it's really 80s influence, but it's got some new age indie sounds in it, and they're kind of just giving me free reign to do whatever I want on lead guitar or whatever. Me and her kind of switch on and off sometimes, but it's such a cool thing to be part of. I can't wait to play the first show.
That's awesome. That's definitely something to look forward to. I was definitely excited to see you getting into another project, and I was, because you were posting on Facebook about it, and I was like, all right, another Zack Jones production.
Yeah, we're
best
running pretty fast there with everything, and now it's kind of come to a complete halt. So we're like, damn it.
Oh man. Well, hopefully that revives and you guys get back on the horse there. For lack of better terms, I'm sure there are better terms, just not in this noggin. Not tonight, anyway.
Yeah.
So worried about making sure everybody could hear Zach and see Zach that we turned our microphones off.
That no one could hear us.
So this is something that I've been seeing also, and you had brought it up before the show. What is Techie Tiki? Tell me about that.
Techie Tiki. So remember I was telling you that first week where I was just absolutely doing nothing to contribute to live streaming and just working on my house?
Yeah, just take it a little break. Deserved.
Well, my wife's really good friend, Jupiter Jones, was staying with us for the first couple days of the quarantine. We were all just kind of in shock. So we're like, yeah, stay here for a little bit. Let's figure out, I don't know. We didn't know if the world was going to end. So we're like, what the fuck? So we're kind of just hunkered down here. And she immediately got on the phone and started putting together this variety show called Techie Tiki. And I think she completely sold out all the tickets for it the first Sunday she had it. From the day she's like, I have an idea, to the day it aired was maybe 14 days.
No kidding. And she sold it out.
And
how many people were
what's that?
How many people attended?
I'm not sure. I feel stupid now, and because she was just coming up with this genius plan, and I was just like, I'm not getting into the live streaming thing. I've got a garage to clean out. I'm not doing this at all. So I was not really paying attention to a single word she said.
Oh no.
And now I wish I would have, because she has come up with this amazing variety show. There's burlesque on it. There's bingo, like the audience participation. You can win prizes if you're watching. They have all these really cool tiki prizes to give away. They have bartenders, guest bartenders, musicians. It's awesome. It's a 3-hour show.
That's killer. I wish.
Yeah.
I mean, I had just seen a couple flashes of it on my newsfeed, and I didn't really. Like you said, it was kind of around that same time where all of us were kind of feeling useless. So I was still self-loathing at that time. But is she going to be reviving that? Is that going to become is another episode of that in the works?
Yeah, we're it's this Sunday. I'm playing
no kidding.
on the program this Sunday, and I think I'm also participating in. They have I think it's like a Hollywood Squares thing where they have the celebrities come and play the game show.
No kidding.
As one of the segments, so it's pretty cool. Like I said, I'm super jealous that she just kind of came up with this. And then I was talking to Iris, and I was like, well, Chris at Public House, we were doing the live streaming from Public House with just having one musician in the building.
Mm-hmm.
And then, as the numbers for the virus started to multiply really quickly, I was like, we should start doing this from home. And
right.
I think this is over for right now. So I'm just working with Chris from Bottoms Up to kind of put together a similar show, for Public House, not exactly the same, but some sort of program to keep relevance with live music there. I mean, they're a live music venue. They want to keep it going, but it's really hard to do that when no one can go.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, that's a big deal too, because many of our venues are restaurants, and they're still able to kind of, with the takeout and all, they're floating in that realm. But a place like Bottoms Up is,
Yeah, the restaurants, Sailfish Brewery. I mean, luckily, Sailfish Brewery. I mean, I bring them up a lot, but they're just like one of my favorite. Oh yeah, they're one of my favorite. Speaking of,
yeah,
awesome.
Look at that
service.
Yeah. No kidding. That is white glove service.
What's that?
Want me to get your beer?
No, I'm gonna drink this. Thank you. So we're big tiki fans here in this house anyway. So my wife just brought me Mai Tai. Thank you so much.
Oh,
fantastic!
God, I'm jealous. Okay. Iris, Mai Tai's all around.
Yeah. So.
Cheers, man.
Aloha.
Well, that's killer. I'm definitely going to check out the Techie Tiki this Sunday. Then that sounds awesome.
No, yeah, it's super cool. I would definitely suggest it. And I think she had a couple bugs on her first show. And then they have a full crew of people that do the Skype meetings to kind of go through and see how the show is going to run smoother on the next round. So it is I don't know if you're a big fan of like SNL and how that show kind of comes together. It was kind of cool. I was listening in on one of the calls because Iris was helping out with it. So I'm like, oh, wow, that's really cool. That's a great suggestion. Or, oh, that could be different. Yeah, totally. And I don't know, it's just cool to see how that show's kind of coming together with such a large crew behind it. And they made it happen so quick, and I'm stoked.
And doing it remotely to boot is very cool.
Yeah.
That's a very cool concept.
Yeah, I think I want to say Jupiter Jones is doing her. She's like the host of the whole thing, and I think she's going into some tiki bar in Orlando to broadcast live from there, but nobody's there.
Right.
And then I think that's the only like out of house thing that has to do with the show. The Little Things played the last episode.
I think that might have been their Facebook page. Might have been the page that I saw that on. But that's awesome. Techie Tiki, you guys, check it out on Sunday. Just search it on Facebook. So Zach, would you like to play a game?
Yeah, I would love to play a game.
All right. So we do a little segment here on the show now that is quite literal in name. It's a little segment I like to call Name That Tune. Yeah, name that tune. The rules are very simple. You name that tune.
Okay.
So
I like to shout it out.
Well, so I like to give the people at home a couple, like a minute or so to chime in because there's a little bit of a delay, which you're probably seeing as well. So just keep it to yourself, and we'll see if we have any smarty pants at home that know the song. This is just a willy-nilly category, so there's not really any kind of connection to these tunes. I just thought they were kind of fun. They're wildly popular songs, so it should be pretty easy. But
okay.
I'm notorious for making them really easy. These are a little shorter than last week's, though. So, are you ready for your first clue?
Yes.
All right. Let's play. Name that tune. So easy. How about you guys at home? Feel free to chime in with the song title and the artist. Here it is one more time.
Oh.
I saw the light bulb go off. You got it, Jordyn, over there?
Sadly.
This is Jordyn's favorite song, Zach.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've got it.
Yeah, I don't know anybody that this isn't their favorite song. If this isn't your favorite song, you're pretty much a piece of shit.
Wow.
Damn.
Zack Jones just called you out. This
Yeah.
is
Sorry, this thing's strong.
this is Jordyn's literal
This thing's
worst.
strong.
All right, Darren
He's
from
getting some liquid courage.
Darren from the Sneaky Tiki got it,
Woo!
and Michael got it as well. Don't stop believing is the right answer. All right, are you ready for the second clue? Are you ready, Jordyn?
We are ready.
Yeah.
Are you ready, Zach?
I am.
All right.
Sorry.
Here we go. Everybody's getting the last one. All right. Second clue. Here we go. It's a little harder, I think. I think it might be a little harder. How about you guys at home? Here it is one more time. Darren says, Zach, that's strong stuff, brother. Drinking at my time. All right. I'm sure it's coming in. Oh, Danny, that is not the right answer.
Oh, it does kind of sound like that,
It does. Here it is one more time. Yeah. It does sound all right. I don't think anybody else is chiming in. Any guesses, Jordyn?
though. It's what's it called? Walking on the Sun by Smash Mouth?
Well, the longest answer of all time. What do you think, Zach?
I actually didn't hear it because of the delay. I didn't hear it at all. But I'm gonna go with what she said.
That's what she said.
And that's correct.
That's right. Yay!
Smash Mouth.
Yes, we did it.
Walking on the
Teamwork.
sun.
Makes the dream work
Not too shabby.
every time.
Chris Springer chimed in just under the buzzer with Walking on the Sun.
Redemption, Chris.
Al Beltran said Smash Mouth. Asner,
Nice.
it's not Lowrider. That was a pretty good guess too. That was a tougher
Yeah, it was a more common
clue there.
piece.
All right. I'm going to get into the game show mood here. Zack Jones, are you ready for your third and final clue? You probably couldn't hear me over the loud music.
No, I didn't hear anything.
Are you ready for your third and final clue?
Yeah, I am.
All right, here we go. Third and final clue for you at home listening. Chris Springer, he finally got one, by the way.
Imagine me.
We'll play that one more time.
Imagine me.
One more time for you, Zach.
Yeah, I can't hear it at all.
Imagine me.
still no good. I'm not even sure how to turn that up. Well, how about you guys
Hold
at
on.
home? Oh, Zach's getting creative over there. Michael got it. So did Danny.
I don't know what it was.
So did Drew. And so did Darren.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
They're pouring in.
They know their 60s. I know their 60s. Well, so since we've already read it,
Imagine me.
it is Happy Together by the Turtles. Yeah.
Turtles.
Yeah. Turtle.
Turtle.
All right. Well, thanks for playing at home.
I like turtles.
Thanks for playing at home, you guys. Congratulations to you. How fun. All right. Well, how you doing over there, Zach? Are you still working on that Mai Tai?
It's almost gone.
Oh.
What do they say about all good things?
I don't know. I'm drunk.
I think that's the correct answer.
I don't believe that there's any other answer, honestly.
Did you happen to see the video of the singer for Puddle of Mud covering a Nirvana song today on the internet?
I did. I saw it from your Facebook page, and I loved your caption was, what do you think the other band members are thinking at this moment. And if you guys have not seen this video, God, I wish I had dialed it up and put it in the queue, but I did not.
I should have put that in a message to you earlier that we should definitely play that because it is the most cringeworthy thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh my God. And all those poor guys were wearing in-ear monitors. And my comment on that was, what is the bass player saying? And my comment was, can I get a little less vocal in my monitor?
Yeah. I feel bad that they had to hear that more.
Oh, God. No, and right down the ear canal. I don't know. Jordyn, did you see that today?
No.
Oh, God. He's so bad. It's such a shame. Because Puddle of Mud was pretty good back in their day, but I think it was all a ruse.
I I went and watched the full thing on YouTube because that was kind of like a cut-up version of his shittiest points in the recording. But I watched a full version on YouTube, and then afterwards I watched a 13-minute documentary on the sad story of Puddle of Mud.
Oh, no.
Wow. You went down the rabbit hole is what you did.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. And let me tell you something. It blew fucking Tiger King right out of the water.
Oh, wow. That's setting the bar high.
Yeah, real high for Tiger King there. It's funny.
He's apparently, the singer has been so drunk that they had to ground a plane to get him off the plane.
Oh, no.
Wow. Yeah. That's rock and roll for you.
The struggle.
It's funny. I went down a rabbit hole myself yesterday. It was the anniversary of the Titanic sinking. And I found on YouTube there is a 2-hour and 40-minute real-time video of the Titanic of a model of the Titanic sinking, like a graphic model. And it happens in real time, and there's like little things that pop up, like pop-up video at certain points during the time period that things were happening. Like, they were loading the lifeboats, something that the captain was saying, all these little tidbits. And I was completely mesmerized. I sat and watched the Titanic sink for 2 hours and 40 minutes. That, my friends, is excellent use of quarantine time, if I may say so myself.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. Did they say on there exactly when Jack drowned?
I don't know if they put that exactly.
That was after hours.
Yeah, that was after hours. It was a very sad story, Jordyn. Why are you laughing?
I wasn't. That was how I cry. And today is the anniversary of that. I think I saw, which is weird.
Yeah,
108 years ago.
Today
is it
at 2 a.m. was when the ship finally went down completely. When it actually and that was the most shocking part of that video was the you're just watching this slow sinking ship, and then right at the end it cracks in half, and then it's down in I don't know, 2 minutes it was over.
God,
could you imagine being there? Wild, man. But Jack was there.
I like things a lot more 108 years ago when all we had to worry about was sinking ships and not a virus.
Yeah. I guess you could kind of choose whether to be on a ship or not.
True.
Actually, about 100 years ago, I guess we had a flu that wiped out like almost the entire population as well.
See, what goes around comes around.
Yeah. History repeating.
Yeah. As always. All right, guys, I'm taking a look at the comments here. Let's see. Darren said he saw that video of the Titanic. Al Baltran said, Brad, I must admit, I love this show. And we love you, Al. And I can't wait for us to get out of this funk. We can put something together and do something fun, because I always love Al's things that he puts together. Drew said he saw the video of the Titanic, but he couldn't last through it.
Couldn't last through it?
Or couldn't last. He couldn't last the whole 2 hours and 40 minutes. Darren said he only lasted 30 minutes.
No.
Pauline said, this is great. Thank you, Brad and Zach. It's our pleasure, Pauline.
Yeah.
All right. So where are we at here? You don't happen to have a guitar handy, Zach, do you?
Well, I can go into another room and get one.
We got to give these people some bourgeois blues, man.
Ooh.
That's what they're all here. All 23 people that are watching live right now, they want to hear bourgeois blues.
Oh, boy. They haven't heard me streaming enough?
Never.
Nope. Not possible.
Talk amongst yourselves. I'll rearrange a little bit, and we will get set up to play maybe 3 or 4 songs.
I love it. Sounds good. Do your thing, Zach, and we'll get you back here in a minute.
Back. Cool.
Perfect.
Let's see here, guys. I'm gonna put Zach on mute there so that.
Don't forget to unmute him, though, please.
That's excellent advice, Jordyn. Thank you very much.
You are welcome.
Jordyn, our lovely producer over there, making sure I'm doing things right.
That's why they pay me the big bucks.
Yeah, right. That's why I get into my my little monologue riff, and y'all are just hearing nothing but background music. Darren, what'd you say there?
Aww.
Good seeing y'all. Great stuff. Can't wait to get y'all back at the Sneaky. And he says he hopes you're doing well, Zach. Absolutely. Christine said that was needed advice, and it sure was. Well, I guess we'll take this opportunity while Zach's getting set up to talk about our little adventure that we went on, or our little mission that we went on earlier today, right, Jordyn?
Yeah.
So Jordyn works for Indian River Select, which is a local juice company, and because the restaurants aren't taking in orders because, you know, obviously they're doing minimal things to stay afloat. The juice company had a lot of leftover juice that was just going to go bad eventually and was just sitting in a chilled warehouse. So, Jordyn, tell us how this adventure came to be.
Well, we had lots of juice left over, and we figured what better to do than donate and give back to the community. And so after some thought and phone calls and emails, we found 2 places to donate to. One was for the Martin County School District for the lunch programs, or breakfast, or both. I don't know, whatever they use it for the kids. And then to an assisted living and memory care facility locally. So we got to go on a fun adventure of bringing them all the goods, and we got a workout in. So
yeah,
it was super fun.
Yeah, it was nice to get out of the house a little bit.
Yes,
but of course we were very safe, and we made sure that we had our proper PEP. So we filmed the entire experience, and we're going to share that with you guys right now. This is what I like to call the Indian River Select Juice Run. Enjoy. Well, good morning. Today we are teaming up with Indian River Select to deliver orange juice to a local assisted living facility and a local school. So come along for the ride. But before we get started, we got to fuel up. We're running on Dunkin'.
America runs on Dunkin'.
America runs on Dunkin'. So we're just waiting on them to load the juice into the van. In the meantime, we got our super cool PPE for safe delivery. So next time you see us, we'll probably be all garbed up. All right. So we have arrived, and we're just waiting for somebody to come out and meet us, and we'll start unloading here at the school warehouse. So we just unloaded all of that juice here for Martin County Schools. And let's keep it, Jordyn. And we'll see you guys in a little bit for round 2. So we just arrived at the assisted living facility. Jordyn's going inside to get all the details where we need to go to drop off all this juice. And that'll be it for us. just finished dropping off the last of the juice from Indian River Select. Thank you, Indian River Select, so much for donating product to Jordyn's assisted living facility. And thank you guys for watching our journey today. All right. So that was our little journey.
Beautiful. It was great fun.
We had a good time. It was nice to get out of the house.
Yes.
All right. Zach is all set up there in the Zack Jones studio.
Whoop, whoop.
Oh, of
Fist
course.
pumping.
Of course, now it's going to lock up a little bit.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, just to mention, if you guys are looking to support local, like you should, Indian River Select is up and running. They are making fresh juice daily. You'll find it in your grocery stores. You'll find it in your convenience stores. So support local. They're a great company, really good friends of mine. They've been around since 1997.
Six.
And 96. Wow. See, I'm jipping them a year.
Yeah.
My mother worked for them. All our friends work for them, and Jordyn works for them as well. So go support them. And as I mentioned, support local because they're doing good things out there. Yeah. All right. Zack Jones, are you ready to give us a little musics?
You know, I wasn't gonna, but here we are.
I'm a very persuasive man.
Actually, I think it was Iris drugged me.
She might be in cahoots with me. You never know.
Yeah.
You never know.
He probably.
All right, you guys, give it up for Zack Jones.
Woo.
All right.
Frozen faces tell me I'm capable of going places. I'm still here. Same old bar, chugging along. Same old bar. Oh my, please. Drink me to sleep. I can close my eyes and dream of better dreams. Like the day we part ways, I can say goodbye. Suffocating counting on us. On the eyes I'll say goodbye. I'll say goodbye to my friends at the turning of the light. Stuck again there soon, capping off the night with a bottle of Lily, same old slurs. Back to the mansion, down in those curves.
That's a big crowd, man.
Thank you. That's crazy at your house.
We don't believe in social distancing. We like to have at least a crowd of 70 people.
Yes.
70 people on call for applause and laughter. So
that's exactly why I didn't come there. I was like, he's gonna pull a fast one. 70 people are gonna show up. I don't need this shit.
yeah, we like house parties. I'm still a young man at heart, and I don't believe in. I'm just kidding. I haven't left my house except for today to go on that trip. I haven't left my house in ages.
Yeah.
I've been around people, so. And even today,
we went to the grocery store one time, and now we've decided we're just going to do the pickup or the Instacart delivery because that's the most terrifying place.
We're only doing Instacart. Screw going out.
Yeah.
We do Instacart. We tell them to leave everything on the doorstep and then fuck off.
Yep.
Exactly.
And we tip them very well.
Sure.
And then, we wipe everything down, and then we go back to procrastinating.
Nice. And eating.
Yeah, I don't know about all this this sedentary
we have,
eating.
Like, an ice cream thing going on now. Like, we're just turning into the most,
junk food for
days. But our
days.
dinners have never been better.
It's so funny. I have not seen at least a weight change. I still kind of weigh exactly the same as when I went into this, but I feel like this is gonna run into something big time. So I need to get out of my gym shorts and my sweatpants.
Yeah, did you see that one meme that's like, don't forget to try on your regular pants. You got to get out of the gym pants once in a while to know that, you're getting fat.
Exactly. You gotta
or
know
something like that. Yeah. Don't let your pajamas fool you.
It's so true. It's just why I kind of I step on the scale once every day or so just to kind of
make sure it's not happening.
Yeah, make sure everything's copacetic. But all right, man, you got another song in you for us?
Yeah, I'm gonna play a cursive song.
Oh, all right. You actually told me that the ugly organist. The ugly organ. I actually listened to some of that today. I was pleasantly surprised. I did not expect the type of music to come out of it because when I think about you, I picture kind of Gravel King sounds. So I was expecting something kind of Mumfordy or Lumineers-y type sound, and when it came out with the opening tracks, obviously very short, just kind of opener, I was like, okay, this is like a circus. I dig it. And then, man, I got through about half of it before I had to start working on some stuff, but. Really, really great record, man.
It's a great record, and that is a common Zack Jones misconception.
Fair enough.
Anytime somebody plays me like a folky band, like a really folky band, kind of like what I play with Gravel Kings, if they show that to me, I'm just like, I don't like that.
That's funny.
Why'd you do that? And they're like, oh, I thought you liked this band because of your band. And I'm like, no.
Yeah, I like my music that's like that, but not anybody else's.
Yeah. I like when I play that stuff. I don't like when other people play.
Right. That's awesome.
But no, the singer from that band actually has some really folky songs as well, and he's on this record label, or was with Saddle Creek Records in Omaha, Nebraska, and he was actually on that same record label. Very good friends with Connor Oberst from Bright Eyes, so there is some folk influence from that group of people. But yeah, I've always liked the harder artsy stuff.
Yeah, it was very cool. Very cool record. Well, you're going to play some for us now, yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to do my own folky rendition of his chaos.
I love it. All right, you guys. Mr. Zack Jones.
Thank you.
is littered with books and notebooks I man. And what they say, shoot fire don't bother me. I can hardly get myself out of bed. 4 feet around. Now I am in this bed again. Oh Christ, not am desperate. I'm not. Oh, I am. I end up here to get it. I don't know where to start what I can't finish. Oh, please don't barrage me with questions. All those ugly answers. My ego's like my stomach keeps shitting what I feed it. Baby, I don't want to finish anything anymore. Maybe I can wait in bed till she comes home. Whispers. You're in my way now. I'll come to wrap you tight so stand back down.
Awesome. Well done, man. I have to know, though, that effect that you use on that last lead. I've heard you in your live streams. I've heard that a couple of times, and I'm just like, that is such a cool sound. Like, first of all, I love when you kind of get in that like ethereal sound with all the big reverbs and everything like that.
Thank you.
It's very, very cool sound. I love that lead. I guess it's an octave pedal, right? It goes an octave up, or?
I have 2 electro-harmonic pedals that are the life of my guitar sounds. I've been trying to figure out, because I was always a rhythm guitar player,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been trying to figure out what my guitar sound is now that I've kind of learned how to do leads.
Right.
The big thing is the Holy Grail reverb.
Okay.
The Electro Harmonics Ocean's 11, and then the Canyon delay looper. I don't use the looper on it at all, but it's just got this amazing sound that I can get out of it. 2 of them are from Electro Harmonics, but they're it's just they're my 3 favorite pedals. I have like 20 pedals down here, but those are the 3 that I'm just always going for, and just started to get this really cool sound out of it.
Yeah, it's like a 12-string. If you took a 12-string guitar and put it, I don't know, in an echo chamber, it's really a nice sound, Zach.
Thank you, I appreciate it. I'm gonna be messing with it, I guess, a little bit more. I just got a small stone that I borrowed from Christina that I'm probably never gonna get back to her. Pairing that up with the envelope doctor or whatever, so I'm starting to get really weird with it. I'm about to do the master class with Tom Morello starting tomorrow.
Oh, all right.
To kind of see how weird things can get and what I can do with that.
I love it.
Yeah, he's one of my all-time favorite guitar players.
Oh, he's so innovative. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually supposed to be flying out next week to go see. Tomorrow I'm supposed to be in Oakland for the Rage Against the Machine show. So
okay. God.
I'm a little pissed.
What a shit time for live music. Yeah. It's not just on our level as local entertainers, but it's all the way to the top. The biggest entertainers in the world are just sitting at home. I really it sounds kind of weird to say. I feel bad for these rock stars, but especially some of the older guys that all they do is create income from touring. Like, they haven't sold records in years, and their radios, just playing it on syndication at this point. They're not releasing new music that's doing anything, so they rely on these tours, and they're not working. They're not doing anything. It's wild. But yeah, it'll come back around. I have no doubt. But it is a great opportunity to kind of learn your craft and do your thing. Yeah, I saw it kind of lagged out there, but I covered for you. No, just what was I going to say? Something somewhat important, quasi important at any rate.
No, it's super crazy. Usually I don't feel bad for bands that are at the height of their success, and they're like, oh, I got to cancel my European tour, and I'm like, oh, bummer.
Right.
But Rage Against the Machine hasn't done anything since the last time we needed them to do anything, so yeah. I'm super disappointed. Me and my wife have never seen them. We were in line on the internet, and the way we got the tickets is we just went from arena to arena, and we were like, well, we'll go to whatever city we get the tickets in. We didn't even give a shit. So
that's the way to do it.
But that's so sad.
Yeah.
You can't go now.
All that work.
Yeah. And then our honeymoon is supposed to be next month, and that's not going to happen.
Jeez Louise. I know, it better clear up by June, because your girl's going to see Alanis Morissette, and she hasn't. And she hasn't been.
We're going to see that too.
Really? Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, that show is going to be live on Facebook.
Yes, from my cell phone.
Oh, man.
Ignore the drunk woo girl. That'll be me.
Well, Zach, I'm going to let you take a pee break, my friend, because it is time for our midweek motivation with Tony Espinosa. I got a fresh video from him right off the burner.
Already?
I know.
Oh, wow.
I know. We're just cooking along over there, Jordyn. Yeah. So this is a video that Tony made just today, and it's pretty relevant to what we're going through. So I wanted to share that with you guys. So be sure to get your pens and pencils out, and
you screwed it up again.
Get
this
a pad of paper and
some pencils and pens and crayons.
And write all
Listen, Jordyn,
some walls.
Just let me live my own life. Let me run my own show over here.
Write on your pens and pencils.
Just take your hand and get some ink and write down Tony's message. This is a long one, so maybe not on your hand, but forearms work. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your midweek. Wait a minute. Maybe. This is your midweek motivation. Maybe not. I had to switch things up because
oh my gosh, we're gonna have to practice more throughout the week, I think.
Well, this was a last minute thing. I had to switch it up to get this video in there. So I need to see. Okay, yes. This is your midweek motivation.
How you doing, my friends? What's going on? Happy Wednesday, hump day, halfway through another week. And I know every day, right now it seems like the same day. A client today said it's like Groundhog Day, live in action. So how's everyone doing? Just wanted to check in. It's been a little over a week since I talked to you last. Just want to see how everyone's doing. Have you had time to think? Put some things into place, put some ideas into place, start relaxing, start paying attention, start meditating, doing whatever it is to get yourself on track. Like I was touching base last week about it. This is the time. It's we're in a very weird time right now. So I just want to put it out there. If you don't like your job, if you're not crazy about what you're doing, when you get back to reality, when you get back to the things you've been doing, if you don't like that, now's the time to decide what you want to be doing and implement that. If you have a business idea, get that business proposal ready. Banks are going to be ready to give you money because they have not been bringing money in. They're going to want you to start that business. Get that proposal ready, start practicing it, whatever your business idea is, pitch it, whether it's starting a lawn service, painting business, whatever it is you're into. If you love what you do, but you don't like who you're working for, start that business on your own. It costs less than $15,000 to open a mechanic garage. If that's something you're into, if you're a mechanic out there, there's things that you could be doing, putting ideas into place. If you've been spending these past 6, 8, 9, 10, 12 weeks and you haven't put any thought of the changes you want to make in your life, shame on you. If you haven't started writing that book you've always told yourself you're going to be writing, shame on you. That movie, that screenplay, whatever you've been talking about doing, getting back in shape, cleaning those wheel wells, doing whatever it is that you say you've been doing but you're putting it off, now's the time to get it going. Get that going. Make things happen. You can create the momentum. We have uncertainty of when we're going to get back to normal way of living. We're not sure. Even when things reopen and we get back to how we're used to living, I don't know if it's going to be as normal as it once was. So take this time, take advantage. I know it's stressful. We're not making paychecks. It's tough. What's our next meal going to be? We don't know what's going on tomorrow, next week, next month. We don't know how long we're going to be locked up like this. So take advantage. Take 5, 10, 15 minutes a day, an hour, 2 hours a day to find out what that you want to be doing. Take advantage of this opportunity. Discover new things about yourself, discover new things about your dreams, and discover new things about how you want to be living your life. When we break out of this bubble and we go back to how we've been living, do you want to be living the exact same life you were living? Or do you want to be doing what you want to be doing? Taking one step closer to your dreams, taking one step closer to becoming who you want to become, not just taking that job because it's a job and you need it. You need the health insurance. You need that steady paycheck. You need that flow of income, and then you're so burnt out by the end of the day and so burnt out by the end of the weekend, you don't know what you want to do. And you don't put any time into creating your life and creating your legacy and writing your own story. The time is now to take control of your life and become who it is that you want to become. Figure out those little things. Break those old habits. Break into those new molds and figure out and start massaging your ideas. Start massaging yourself. Because this is the time. We don't know if we're ever going to have an opportunity like this again. We're always saying, I don't have enough time to read those books. I don't have enough time to do that. I don't have enough time to do this. Now you have all the time in the world to do those things. So what's most important to you? Once we break out of this bubble and we go back to working 40, 50, 60 hours a week for someone else, making someone else a millionaire, is that the life you want to live? It's fine. If it is, that's awesome. Rock on. If you're happy with the way you are and you're exactly where you want to be, great. But I bet most of you are doing the job you're doing because it's a job that you know, especially my restaurant people. I love you. I was in the business 25 years. You're, I would say, the hardest workers out there. You have great memories of everything you got. You remember all these different ideas, all these different menu items, all these different drinks. You're hustling 15, 20, 30,000 different faces every month, making your living. But it's a hustle. It's late nights. By the time you get done, you're spent. I love you people. You guys are my restaurant people. I know you have more that you want to do with your life. This is the time to try to figure those moments out. Because I know when it comes back, you're going to get back to the grind. But at least take the time now to get a game plan into place. So when you get back to those late night hours, at least when you come home, you're not up till 6 a.m. just drinking beers and relaxing. You might have a glass of wine, a bottle of wine, but you're massaging the ideas that you've implemented today. The ideas you've written down today. The things that you want to do, the places you want to go. You start writing those today and you revisit them. You think anyone that's made it to the top, any CEO just had an idea, ran with it, and that was it? No, he had multiple ideas, and he went back and massaged them. All right, this one, I don't know if that's going to work. Let me try this. I'll have to massage that a little later. And he kept going, and you keep shaving off the ones that don't work, and you start growing the ones that do work, and now you got a business. Now you're climbing that mountain. Now you're at the top of that mountain, and you got there because of your intentionality, your consistency, and your drive to create your legacy, live, and make those dreams a reality. I love you. I'm doing a mastermind group. I'm going to do free mastermind group. I haven't decided which one I'm doing yet. I'm looking at my schedules of what lessons I want to teach, but I'm going to offer them free over the next couple weeks. Anyone that wants in, let me know. It's not going to be live on Facebook. I'm going to have to do it on a private lesson, but just shoot me an instant message, a private message, whatever you call them, and let me know if you want to get involved. I'll put you on the list. I'll set you up and tag you when the mastermind starts, and I'll get you involved, and we'll start helping you get to that next level. What you want to do. If you're not sure, well, you have an idea. What's the next step? I got you. Where do I go from here? I got you. I know who I want to be and how I want to get there and what I want to become. How do I start? I got you. I love you. Have a great day. Be well. God bless you. I will be here when you need me. Reach out to me. I'll talk to you in a couple days. One love.
Aw.
That's Tony Espinosa. He's fired up. He's fired up because it really is a good opportunity. It is a good time to focus on those things that you didn't have time to do before and better yourself. So he's there in Tony Espinosa Leadership. Check him out on Facebook. Go and follow his page and enjoy some of these masterminds that he's going to be doing in terms of leadership and personal building, which is super cool. How you doing over there, Zach?
Doing good. Yeah, that guy's pretty cool. I was just saying to myself the other day when I was walking the dog, like, I was getting mad because he was, I haven't been out of the house at all, so I'm like, I want to like walk around, and he was like smelling every single mailbox.
Right, like dogs do.
And I was getting upset, and I'm like, come on, hurry up. And then I was like, I asked myself, I'm like, hurry up for what?
Right.
And then, like, I don't have anywhere to be for, like, maybe the next 90 days.
It's what a bizarre concept, really, to, like, it's almost overwhelming for me because, I mean, I spend a lot of time in front of my computer working and things like that. So when I'm here doing things like this, I'm in the zone. I'm not good at it, but I'm in the zone. Yeah. And but after this, like, for me to sit down on the couch and watch television. Oh, Zach, you fell? I wish I'd have caught that.
Bye-bye.
But yeah, for me to sit on the couch and just vegetate. It's outside of my comfort zone, but it's also a little rewarding because we are so go all the time that when I find myself just kind of sitting, and it's becoming a little easier to relax. And as you mentioned earlier, Zach, I wanted a vacation. I didn't want it like this, but it's kind of nice. It is kind of nice to have thoughts of what can I do differently in my shows? What can I bring into my shows? What new songs can I learn? These are things that I never think about because it's just show after show after show. When I'm not playing a show, I don't want to be playing music. I want to be doing graphic art, or I want to be building websites or doing other things. So it's and now I have the opportunity to do all those things. It's wild, man.
Even anytime we go on a vacation, I'm usually like, hey, when I get back, like, what if I tried doing this?
Right. I was always thinking.
And, yeah. And then she's like, I swear to God, if you pick up the fucking phone one more time.
But it's good to have somebody like that to kind of keep you grounded. This one over here, that's my anchor. She keeps me grounded and level. And it also brings me to my next point. She said, do you need she kind of whispered to me while you were playing a song or Tony was talking. She was like, do you need a shot to like calm down or like get your head straight?
Help you figure out the cameras.
Yeah, and I was like, maybe I do. So in the spirit of keeping things local, I have this little bottle of Code Rum Key Lime. And I'm going to do a shot. So if you guys are out there having a cocktail, cheers to you. And let's see you on the other side.
Woo!
Well, that came out a lot faster than I thought it was going to.
Excellent work.
Wowie. That's good. That's good. All right. Well, moving on into the next segment here with Mr. Zack Jones. This is a segment that I'm gonna keep going because I think it's so fun. It's a segment we lovingly call the Lipton Tea, and we take a little liberty with the interview questions from the end of Inside the Actor Studio with James Lipton. And I like to read these questions back. Now, normally I would have Mr. Lipton read them himself, but we're having a little trouble with the volume going to the Skype for Zach. So I'm going to do my best James Lipton for all of you out there tonight.
Oh, boy.
So, Zach, are you ready for the lines of questioning from James Lipton? And I'm so sorry to the Lipton.
Yes, Mr. Lipton. I'm
to the Lipton family for butchering Mr. Lipton's voice. But here we go.
And his entire legacy, really.
Yes, just in general.
Just like that.
All right, are you ready?
Yeah.
What is your favorite word?
Favorite word? Chocolate.
What is your least favorite word?
Cilantro.
What sound or noise do you love?
Wood being cut.
What sound or noise do you hate?
Motorcycles.
What is your favorite curse word?
Fuck.
We're still on like a 4-week streak of fuck being the favorite curse word. So I'm challenging anybody else that comes on the show to give me something else. What other profession other than your own would you like to try?
I want to open a shoe store.
I'm going to have to break character. A shoe store, really? Like fancy shoes, like Men's Warehouse type shoes, or like sneakers?
Sneakerhead store.
That's awesome. Okay.
Nice.
What profession would you not like to try under any circumstances?
Stripper.
I mean, I can't agree with that for me.
Well, you go for it. I'm going to stick with my sneakers.
Sticking with the sneakers.
Yeah.
Hang on a second, because I don't know if I remember all the questions here. Oh, I guess we're close. And the final question. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
I need you to put together a festival and you have 1 month.
It's a very Zack Jones answer. And not just any festival, but like a huge festival with 1,000 acts, including Jimi Hendrix and the Doors. And
Janice.
And Janice.
Janice.
Can't forget Janice. And also some living actors, so you're gonna have to go down and kill them to bring them up there.
I mean, like if I died right now, I'd be like, "Hey, can we get rid of Ringo and Paul?"
They gotta be together.
I got an idea.
I got an idea. Awesome. Well, that's the Lipton tea.
Woo.
Very cool. Let's see here. Where are we at? Normally after that, we would do some shameless plugs. So do you have anything that you want to shamelessly plug tonight here on the JNC podcast?
If anybody has any money, go to the Sailfish Brewing Company page and watch all the streams that happened over the weekend and split up whatever you have to donate among all the musicians that played this weekend.
Yeah, that was
beautiful.
By the way, that was a very cool project that you put together.
Thanks, man.
for that. Like, that was literally an all-day festival.
Yeah, that was fun.
For
we watched it all day.
Yeah, we literally we
good.
sat, we drank, and we watched.
And everyone was so good.
It was
like
it
all
was,
of the I mean, obviously, but they were.
It was awesome.
It was great. Yeah.
We sat on the couch and we had one of those days. We watched all day.
Yep.
And
I like the change of scenery. You know, you got to see everyone's house a little bit.
Jordan's casing houses to rob them.
Yeah, they're set up. You know, it was cool.
But it was very cool.
It was fun.
One thing that I kept thinking of, being as someone who's kind of doing streaming broadcasting for almost a year now, solid, and growing and learning, I had to imagine that you were sitting at a computer all day, feeding those videos and streaming them out on the hour, every hour, all day long, from 11 o'clock at night to 7 o'clock at night. Or I'm sorry, 11 o'clock in the morning to 7 o'clock at night.
And then, there were some technical difficulties leading right up to, so the final video got added to the lineup right before everything started. I think at like 10:30 everything got added. I had some other technical difficulties, but I worked through it, and I was basically on my couch with a laptop on my lap, the phone in my hand, and then I had the TV going in the background, so I was switching back and forth between this show on HBO called Veep and the live streams from the musicians, and I was just kind of like, I fell asleep. I forget what, like, I finally fell asleep. I was up all night nervous as hell that it wasn't going to work. So I didn't get any sleep at all. So I fell asleep for one of the musicians. No offense to whoever that is. Not that they would find out, because I don't even remember. But
it was the time.
I woke up and, like, I think, like, somebody was almost done, and I'm like, oh shit.
Nothing like a panic. Like, that's
yeah. The next stream started 14 minutes late, so.
No way. I mean, because I don't even know how that's. I mean, I guess unless you had to, like, back one right up to the other, but, like, to me, like, it seemed the only flaws that I saw were people's cameras shutting off, or people's cameras falling down, or like their own thing while they were filming themselves.
Well, the worst part is I didn't get to. It was all pre-recorded, believe it or not. I probably shouldn't say that, but now we're in showbiz, so.
Well, it's funny because like a lot of the some of the entertainers were very good about keeping it as real and live streamy as possible, and then there were others that were like, this is a pre-recorded video, and this is we'll just edit it, or clear edits like throughout.
I screened 0 of the videos. Like, I got them, and I didn't have enough time to.
Yeah, that was a lot of footage there.
With the yoga video included, that's 9 hours of footage to go through. So, I mean, anybody could have done anything on those videos, and I just would have streamed them live. But luckily, I hire musicians that I would hire to play at Sailfish regularly, so I trusted that everybody would not just stream porn.
Yeah, that could have been really embarrassing.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, I don't know why there's a bunch of boobs all over there.
I don't know what happened
I'm
there.
fired? Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, I feel like the viewership might have skyrocketed.
Yeah.
Oh man, well that's awesome. Yep, definitely go and check out that whole series on the Sailfish Brewing page on Facebook. It was a great day. It was a great day of music. I really enjoyed it, and thank you, Zach, for that. Give me some more shameless plugs. What else we got going on?
I'm gonna try working on some sort of streaming thing. Some sort of variety show, but mainly I just want to plug all the musicians that are live streaming right now. There's so many people that are on salary that are gonna continue to work through this from home, and to those people, you guys can't go out right now. You can't go out and buy your expensive drinks at the bars. You can't really go shopping for the most part. I would say every chance you get, every time you see a live streaming video, try to find out what that artist's information is, and just don't like tip them. Just tip all the musicians, so we can make it through this as comfortably as possible, because it's super hard to we have so many costs in this business, and it's a one-man show. So in most of the time, we constantly having to, we're in the best part of the season for this whole thing. So this is right at the point where I feel like a lot of musicians were like, man, we're doing so great. We're in the middle of season here in Florida. I'm going to go buy some new equipment now because I do this around this time every year. And I feel like a lot of musicians just upgraded they got their new mic stands for the year. They got their new mics. They got their new cables. I mean, I myself do that this time every year, right in the middle of season when things are hot and I have the extra money to do it. Right. And I know a lot of the musicians, judging by like what I saw right before this whole thing hit, is they were all out upgrading their equipment, getting some new lights for their set, and that money has been spent on a show that they're not going to put on for the next 2 to 3 months. So,
and God willing, broke. 2 to 3 months.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, let's hope so. I mean, as an event person, I wish we could all go back to work tomorrow, but the reality is I don't know. Nobody knows how long we're going to be in this situation. So for the musicians, my biggest suggestion to you guys is to do what I did and build a set at home in whatever corner of the house you have free. I used hurricane shutters and some shitty LED lights.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. When I saw that, I mean, I knew straight away what it was. But when I watched your first live stream with the curtains, dare I say curtains, and I was like,
it was a sheet.
But like the lights and everything were cool. It captures your eye, and it was definitely different. But then to see just that kind of creativity where we all have it made me want to pull my shutters out and like line my garage, because
the one wall over here,
because back there you could see my garage door, like I have the brick wall here, and then we have the fun room over there. That's usually where our guests sit, but I put Jordyn over there to make it look good. So we kind of have this.
You made it look very good.
Thank you.
Way better than last week's episode for whoever was sitting there.
True.
Sorry, Jeff.
Except for Squeak.
Yeah,
Squeak was cute.
Squeak stole the show. Yeah, for sure.
No, at first on the small camera, because your Skype thing in the corner is small. It looks like one of those that you hang on the wall, the like tinsel-y kind of. You would put up for New Year's kind of thing. That's kind of what I thought it was at first, and then when it got big, I was like, nice.
Storm shutters.
Yeah, I was like, but that's cool too. It's nice texture.
It's awesome.
I like it. Yeah.
We should put together like a master class for streamers, and kind of pull in some people that stream on the regular, and maybe teach, because who knows how long we're gonna have to do this. Like, this might become a regular normal thing post everything. If we have a lot of venues that don't reopen, or just reopen but are not hiring music, because music is a commodity, and it's not necessary in terms of operating business. It's necessary for ambiance, it's necessary for entertainment purposes, but to actually make food and put it on a plate, it's not necessary. However, live streaming is incredibly available now, and now it's on a lot of people's radar to do these things, or they can find music now. So I feel like it was ready to break through the surface anyway, and now it has. And it's not just local musicians doing it. You have major stars that are now live streaming from their houses, and it's incredibly popular. So I think it's going to be something that carries on, and I'm thankful for Facebook to offer a platform that people can stream directly to their fans and their friends, first and foremost, because they're our biggest supporters in which is super, super cool. But yeah, because the quality, there's such a huge gap in quality between, some entertainer, and not quality of their musicianship or their entertainment value or their songwriting, but quality of just sonic quality of video, things that are easily fixable with a little bit of tutoring. And could you imagine if we had a whole music scene full of live stream musicians that looked and sounded great on the internet? It's wild.
I think that was what I was most proud of for the Sailfish thing. Is I didn't know how it was going to go, because you have nine different videos coming from 9 different devices, 9 different sound qualities, and everything was actually really, really good. And I think it should just continue. Like, if the musicians are going to invest in anything at this point, I think it should be like the newest iPad or iPhone or Android or whatever, the thing that's going to get the best sound and image quality to stream directly live, because it is so easy to just pick up a device now and click live and you're good to go.
And that's true.
What I have set up here, I don't even have anything running into the phone. The phone's just great. Like, it's got really good pickup quality. So I have my same exact setup that I have at all my restaurant and bar gigs, but the difference is I've been able to like set everything super comfortably without like being like, shit, I got to be on in 30 minutes. Like, I have the entire data set up.
Right, exactly.
I got nowhere to fucking go.
Well, I'm going to, and if I got any musicians that are tuning in right now, I'm going to give you a trade secret that is going to blow your mind. Those phone streamers, because you're streaming from a phone, right, Zach?
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to just very quickly and without any effort at all, aside from purchasing one little device, to increase the sound quality on your phone streams or recordings, this is the iRig 2.
Yeah.
The regular iRig, which is I think $15 on Amazon right now, works just fine. This gives you just a little extra gain and a couple of extra little features, but this has 3 pins so that it activates the internal microphone activates the microphone inside the phone so that you can go direct in from your mixing console and get excellent audio quality through your streams. Now with this one, you kind of have to play around because it does have a gain on there, but the regular iRig does not have a gain, so it relies on the phone to kind of throttle that. So your chances of overloading it or sending out a really loud, and the easiest way to do that obviously is to just record a little video of you playing your set and listen back to it in the earbuds and see how it sounds. If it sounds great, keep it where it is, keep your levels where you are, and stream away. It will just elevate your sound quality of your streams and your video recordings to another level that your microphone won't be able to do on any device, really, unless you have an external microphone that's designed like a shotgun mic or something like that. So check it out. It's the iRig or the iRig 2, and that'll send to the next level, especially if people are streaming through their, or listening to music through a Bluetooth speaker or their hi-fi stereo at home. I
think that's definitely like the biggest thing, man. Like, if you look back, I wonder what the musicians would have done even 10 years ago before we had like this easy, accessible technology. We didn't have Facebook streaming. 10 to 20 years ago, had this happen, like like now you can just go on Wish and you can get an inflatable hot tub and a fucking a dildo for $40. So
weekend made.
Yeah. But now you have the opportunity to go on and buy something to make your live streaming you can upgrade it for 25 cents depending on what day you go on Wish, and if they're out of dildos, so it's pretty cool. But I'll show you. I mean, and I think I did like a live video just to kind of show people what I had set up here. I barely did anything. I'll take this off my stand, but I mean, here's my garage. It's just that's where I do my laundry.
This is
he showed the paper towel stash.
JNC Cribs featuring Zack Jones.
But here's
nice.
Here's this little 10x10 corner.
It's perfect, dude. Like, that's all everybody needs as a backdrop. Or to be creative and kind of do your own thing. but like it's
Yeah.
genius. It's genius. You know, and like I said, there are ways to better your sound quality. What I do is I use a Maxi
MaxiPad.
yes, yes, a MaxiPad. No, I usually.
But on Dunch.
Oh yeah, where did it go? Yeah, only one time a month, you know, or 1 week a month. Anyway, I use a Mackie Pro Effects mixing console, and it has a USB out, and so I just plug that straight into my computer, and it reads it as a audio card, and so it's digital audio straight into the computer, and that's what I use. And you get a lot more options that way. But as I'm, with the phones, if people are doing it with phones, that's the way to go. And there's other things, there's probably proprietary things for the Apple phones that have to plug into the Lightning socket, but all these exist for everybody. So get on it, musicians. Get that quality up, because people. This is now a forum for live music. This is now a forum for anything, any kind of sort of entertainment, live entertainment. That's what people are doing, And the truth of the matter is, a lot of people just stream it either through their telephone or through a Bluetooth speaker and leave their phone on the counter, and they're just listening to what you have to say, which is a shame because they're not seeing this beautiful face.
Yeah. When I first started doing live music on the regular, I was working at Starbucks, I think, and I got a settlement from a car accident that happened like 5 years prior, and the first thing I did was I went out and I was like, all right, I'm gonna get these 2 donut tires off the car and put real tires on, and then get an oil change, and then I'm gonna buy like all this used equipment, and I invested in the shittiest little live gig setup I ever had in my entire life. I think it was like 5 years ago. And the way I look at this whole opportunity, it's a unexpected opportunity, but reinvest in the future, like where things are going to go. Like we all know how to set up at a restaurant and a bar and do a live gig and entertain the audience. But now's the time to kind of learn a new way to do things. Now's the time to learn how to work in Photoshop and make your advertisements for your shows way better. Now's the time to learn all those things about technology that you've been putting off, and now's the time to redo your pedal board. Like all the things that you've been putting off. I think just like that guy was saying earlier, like we always say we don't have time for this, but the technology is so cheap right now. This week, it probably wasn't I stand behind my decision. I purchased an iPad, and then next week I'm going to look into some new cameras and see what that new venture can bring me with my music, and how I put that out to the world, because right now this is my only form of communication. The only hangouts I get are through a little
portal right where I'm right here with you, Zach.
Yeah. No.
But no, it's true, man.
I want to hug you so bad.
Oh, virtual
Let's do a
hug.
hug.
You want to know the coolest thing or the best thing about living this way is that what I like what I like so.
You missed the virtual hug, man.
I didn't. I missed it.
Yeah, put the arms up. There you go.
Get over here, Zach.
There we go. Yeah.
What's so great about this is that when you're doing these kinds of things, you can live your life with business on top and party on the bottom. And y'all are lucky that it's not gym shorts. Yeah, there you go, Zach.
Look at this
Awesome.
That's some good leg. Look at that leg.
Leg day.
Yeah.
Leg day. He never misses leg day.
No, it's amazing. Like I can literally wear whatever the hell I want. It's amazing.
It is awesome, and it's interesting, uncharted territory. And again, I thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Like that. He can wear whatever the hell he wants, folks.
Yeah, but he can't shoot anything.
Pew pew. Pew pew pew. That's great. And how nice is it to not have to tear up and set up and tear down your setup? Did I say that right? That sounds set up and tear.
I've been drinking.
Yeah, do something and something all the time with your stuff.
It's nice to leave your stuff set up and not have to set it up and tear it down constantly for every gig.
Yeah.
No, that is.
No, my box that I have this rollaway box that I kind of put all my equipment in, and it's sitting in the corner. And I swear to God, like every time I look at it, I feel like I'm looking at Woody in Toy Story when he's not getting played with.
It's true. It's true. Oh man. All right. Well, I got some shameless plugs here that I'm going to throw at you guys. This is totally shameless, but if anybody is interested in helping us grow the show, speaking of, we do have our Amazon wish list posted in the video description. So check it out. Ooh. Show us some love. Even simple microphone windscreens go a long way. So take a peek, because if we do have live guests in the studio, everything gets sanitized. Every person that comes in, like they're far. We're all very spread out, and everybody gets their own windscreen. It's part of their parting package for coming on. So I say they are packing up to leave, and they're like, "Oh, this windscreen." I was like, "Take it. It's yours. Bring it next time for yourself." So yeah, even little things like that go a long way. So check out that wish list. If you feel it in your heart to send us something nice, we will make it a point to give you a massive shout out on the very next show. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Brad Brock Music, where these podcasts go on to live for the rest of eternity after they're done here.
Are you talking about pop screens?
Yeah, microphone pop screens.
I will. Do you just need the screen?
Oh, are you talking about for like recording microphones?
Yeah.
No, I'm just talking about these little guys here.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah, I get a big 10-pack, and every guest that comes on, they get their own fresh windscreen, because I don't know, there's something funky about just talking into somebody else's windscreen. I don't know. It's just me.
No, that's I was using those for open mic for a while, and then I just moved over to alcohol pads.
Yep.
Because the first night I hosted open mic is when I met Christina from Sandman Sleeps, and she always has to, she's always got some funny get up when she plays. Like, not funny, like she's very stylish, but she also happened to wear a shit ton of lipstick that first night I did open mic. That thing was fucking covered.
Oh no!
I think that's somewhere in my used stuff box.
Yeah, that's the thing, and I never really thought twice about windscreens until all this kind of went down, and then I was like, man, there's no reason why other people should be talking into the same windscreen. So like, and they're inexpensive. Like a 10-pack is like $10 and some change on Amazon. So like $1 per guest, and then they get a gift of a windscreen, and they're nice. Like, they're nice windscreens. Yeah. But and of course it goes all the way up, and we got some big ticket items on that wish list too. So that's just if we ever get some millionaires that are watching and want to really hook us up. Anyway, you guys, I'll mention again, always remember to buy local, especially during a time like this. Yeah. And I'm going to mention again our friends at Indian River Select Juice Company in Fort Pierce. Check them out. Enjoy their juices. They are awesome. Jordyn, you might have a little something for people that haven't tried Indian River Select and are interested in trying it out.
Oh yes, I have some coupons. So hit me up, or hit Brad up.
Yep, you can contact me right through the page, or Jordyn Taylor
for some money off, and free product. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Please try it.
Zach,
thank you.
Looks so intense over there on that Mai Tai.
It's over.
There you go. Also, you guys, we have nifty JNC podcast koozies. They are for sale at bradbrock.com in the merch section. I think they're like $5, but that all goes towards making sure our guests have, all their little things, all the little gifts that we send out for being on the show, and any kind of like booze or things that they require or request. We like to fulfill that, and the koozies kind of help fund that. So buy a koozie and hashtag us on Instagram.
Who do you got next week?
Next week on the schedule is Kev Ohm, who's what a great kid, man, and he's so talented. He was actually supposed to be on the show maybe a couple of weeks ago, or like it might have been like 3 weeks ago. Like right when all this was going down, and I hit him up, and like I think West Palm or Palm Beach County had just gone down on like a lockdown or a curfew. And then I hit him up. I said, "Listen, man," I was like, "You're more than welcome. We can set up maybe a Skype in, and you're more than welcome to come up, but." It really kind of is up to you. And now I've left that to many of my guests that I have booked up. So now that I know a Skype session works pretty well, I might invite him to come and do that because he's a great kid, and I don't know him very well, so I have a ton of questions that I really like to get to know him because he's very talented, and he sent me his bio and everything, and he's just a really interesting guy.
He smiles a lot.
Yeah, he does smile quite a bit. Smiley.
He's got a really good smile. I don't have as much smile. Actually, like part of me thinks he was probably like scheduled for this podcast tonight, and he canceled, and they're like, I guess we'll just get Zack.
No, funny enough, I don't know why I'm still wearing these glasses. I'm still channeling that James Lipton. Funny enough, it was supposed to be the Misfit Pirates troupe. We actually had a big pirate party my brother throws every year at his house. It was actually scheduled for this coming Saturday, and the Misfit Pirates that come out to they pillage the entire Treasure Coast and beyond, and they come out to a lot of my shows and events. They were scheduled to come on, and we were going to have just a pirate party here. The whole place was going to be decked out like a pirate galley, and we were going to have a good time. And I decided to postpone that till we can actually have the pirate party and have something to promote. So I reached out to Zack and said, Zack, I need a second. No, really though, I have been harassing you to come back on the show since I had the new setup, and I'm glad we were able to pull it together.
You harassed me at the best time.
Yeah, no joke.
True. Yeah, you had no excuse to say no.
It's funny.
I was like, it was funny. I was trying to think of something, and I'm like, oh,
crap. Oh, can't use that.
I already posted an Instagram story of me cleaning out my refrigerator, so that was off the table.
I would have been like, no, listen, man. I saw you throw all that stuff away.
Well, after this, I don't know. I know you're big into shipwrecks and pirates and all that ARG stuff.
Yeah, ARG stuff.
We should take a trip to the Cayman Islands and do some diving there. It's pretty interesting.
Listening.
I love it, man. There's nothing better than hanging out in the Cayman Islands. I used to go to Grand Cayman all the time on the ship, man. And
that's the place to be, man. That water is like,
it's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. And you can swim with the turtles, and then you can go to the restaurant next door and eat them.
Oh.
Yeah. That was the first time, and I felt like horrible about it. I kept trying to like defend it against like, my animal rights friends, but I totally swam with the dolphins.
Yeah. It's kind of like one of those things.
They're so cool, and I got like the stupid picture of me kissing the dolphin with the...
Yeah. Oh, I wish you had that handy right now.
Yeah, I wish I did too.
Yeah, we would love
Gary,
to see
if you're watching.
Oh man, well, I have one more shameless plug for you guys, and then we'll move on to something else here. Just so you know, for all you podcast purists out there, you can find the Jams and Cocktails podcast on iHeartRadio, Spotify, iTunes, and your favorite podcast platforms. And the shows will be available on Thursday afternoons. I just have to rip the audio and make sure it's all kind of sorted out. I'm going to fast forward the audio from tonight all the way up to the... Otherwise, it would just be quiet for the first 5 minutes of the show. But, yeah, you can hear those on those platforms tomorrow. So that has been our shameless plugs. Thank you very much. All right. Any shameless plugs over there for you, Jordyn?
No, I think that's...
we got it all covered?
Yeah. Just my OJ grapefruit spiel, but we got that all covered.
We did. I worked that into the main...
You did. That was great.
Main function of the show today.
We'll put that on our next Instacart.
There you go.
Order.
Yes.
There you go.
And if you want coupons, send us your address. I'll mail some out.
Yes.
Whoop, whoop.
Yep.
Thanks. You won't regret it. once you go Indian River Select, you never go back.
Yeah, I'll. You sell it very well. I'm gonna rape that juice with some alcohol.
Nice.
Yep, that was on my list of things to do today. But our alcohol is slim pickings over there, so I didn't want to make a bunch of screwdrivers and then not. I was already having a hard time running the show, so I didn't want to make it more difficult.
I think it was Sunday was Easter, so it was funny. We got like dressed up just to hang out in our backyard with our dog by ourselves.
Oh.
And,
you gotta have some level of normalcy during this time, so that's kind of awesome.
We've been in pajamas. Sorry, I gotta hook this back up. We've been in pajamas basically since this whole thing started, and the sweatpants and all that stuff.
Same.
So it was weird. It was weird. We haven't really seen each other. Sorry, this thing's all. You're just like looking at my arm right now.
Good looking arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much. It didn't even plug in, so that was all a waste of time.
Awesome. We are crushing it tonight.
No joke.
Yeah. But no, it was. I started drinking like immediately. Like I woke up at I don't know what the fuck time we went out there. We did an Easter egg hunt with my dog.
Oh.
And
Awesome.
it was pretty rad.
Were there treats for the dogs and the eggs, or how did you do that?
We started it with my parents' dog. I don't know. He's like 11 now or something. We got him when he was 3, so we started it years ago when I still lived with my parents, and they still do it. So the first year we had our puppy, we brought him over there for Easter so he could see, how it's done. And he got a couple of eggs last year, and then this year he had a whole backyard full of eggs. So he had like a treat in every single one, and he knew how to open them.
Oh,
No
wow.
kidding.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they're like super easy to open for the dogs. So, I think we're in. Yeah, boom.
Nice.
That's what she said.
Yeah. So, like it was super cool to do that. But I started drinking like the second we just woke up and got ready to go in our backyard and do the Easter egg hunt, and I was like, oh God, wait a minute, I don't have anything to do. It doesn't matter if I'm drinking at 10 in the morning.
Right, I feel like
there's no unacceptable time to.
Yeah, we're
drink
basically
quarantine.
living on Vegas time, or like living the Vegas idea where you just wake up and it doesn't matter. It's so funny. Tony, who did the midweek motivation earlier, he was telling me a story about Vegas. He's like, when me and my wife go to Vegas, we don't even set our clocks. We don't even change our clocks because it doesn't matter. We just stay on our time. And we just go out and do whatever we want, When you're going out for maybe a couple of days, I guess you can kind of live that way. But certainly out there, wild place.
I have a funny meme about it. I don't know what day it is of the isolation, but we're gonna just read what it says. 16th day of isolation, and it's like Vegas in my house. We're losing money by the minute. Cocktails are acceptable at any hour, and nobody knows what time it is. Favorite.
Absolutely.
No,
it's kind of great.
I did one of the Zoom meetings with all my friends from around the world. So, we had people in New York City. We had one in Louisiana, 2 in California. So we're all just kind of like, hey, how are things there? It's pretty much the same everywhere. But I think I got done with it at 11 o'clock last night, and then I came out and we made hot dogs and then watched a couple hours of TV, and we didn't even know where to, when you during the day when you're like just having that lazy day and you fall asleep on the couch.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like it doesn't matter when that happens now, and it's super weird.
Yeah, you go to sleep at like 4:30, you wake up at 7 o'clock, and you're like, man, I could go for another 6 hours, and then it's 3:30 in the morning. It's whack, man.
Yeah.
And there's no peer pressure, so when you're drinking to win.
Yes.
I'll spend like 4 days just hydrating, and then I get together with my buddies on the camera stuff online, the streaming and whatnot, and like I'll be trashed in a matter of an hour because I haven't had a drink in a couple days, and it's.
Yeah, we did a Zoom with we have some friends that are teachers at Martin County High School. And so they put together, their prom.
I bet they're doing great.
So their prom got canceled, or at least kind of furloughed into another time. But like one of our friends, she was on the committee for the prom, so she like had her heart and soul in this thing. And so she decided that if they weren't going to have prom, that they were going to.
Damn it, she's having a virtual
she
prom.
was going to have a virtual. She invited. So here we are, a bunch of scallywags on Zoom, and like I got a bottle of Jack Daniels and a couple cans of soda. And eventually the sodas were gone, but the Jack Daniels was still there. So we were just drinking Jack Daniels. And we, like, to watch these people in a matter of an hour and a half go from 0 to 60, me included, was just a riot.
So we got to go to prom.
Here's
our photo.
Oh, my gosh. And we all got dressed up.
Yeah, we were like the most dolled up ones.
Yep.
Full gown, party T-shirt.
That's great.
That was fun.
Yeah,
it
was a good time, yeah.
We did have a good time. And
definitely better than actual prom. Not that either of us went to prom, but we have to imagine
prom.
it was better than high school prom. We got to drink, so.
Yeah, I barely got out of high school, so I did not make it to prom.
Did you also go to Central?
I did not. I went to Centennial for a few years, and then I realized that school wasn't for me.
We talked about this last time.
Yep. I feel like we've done this before, Zach. I should have pulled up some old footage, made it like some old like crusty footage or something. Like I should have made it all like faded film.
Really, like
yeah, exactly.
Did you go to Central?
Sure. Yeah, I went to Central.
Oh, okay.
The
old one?
I still have dreams that I didn't graduate.
Did you go to the old one or the new one? I just learned. I don't know that they're.
The old one.
Yeah, the old one. I was told earlier today to tell you that Phil said hi.
Which Phil?
Phil, your old roommate.
Oh, well, I hope he's doing well.
He is. I work with him. He works at Indian River.
Yep.
Small world.
He was
so weird.
I don't know if you got to see the video that we put up from our little adventure today,
he
but
was
the guy. He was the guy in the.
I was setting up.
Oh, that's right. You were setting up. He was loading our van today.
Yeah, he said to say hi.
Oh, hello. Is he? What's going on? I can't believe we're doing this on live video.
Welcome to live podcast.
What does he have? Does he still have a store with crystals?
He does, yes, but I think I don't think for much longer. I think it's on the way to not being. And yeah, he does like the logistics and shipping and stuff for.
He does have experience in that. That's actually where I met him. Me and him used to work at the Walmart distribution center.
Oh, shit.
And he played a major part in getting me back on my feet a long time ago. I don't know why my mustache it's growing back, so I'm like.
Yeah, he's lovely. He's so nice. Yeah,
that's nervy nerves.
Yeah, got an itchy itch.
I haven't seen him in a very long time.
Yeah.
No, it was fun. When he asked me who my. Because I told him a little bit about the show and that I have guests on and he was like, well, who's your guest this week? And I was like, oh, Zack Jones. He's like, Zack Jones? He was like, Zack Jones from Gravel King Zack Jones? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, oh, he's like, that was my old roommate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he said to say hi. It was fun. I was like, what a small world.
Right.
We talked about it last time you were on. I think I had told him about the podcast or something, and I think he had seen it on YouTube when you posted it, or I don't even remember. I don't know, but he was like, "Oh, it's so funny, your guest Zach." He's like, "We're like really good friends. Like we used to be roommates, and blah blah blah." He's like, "That's so weird, such a small world." I was like, "What?"
Really is crazy, man.
Oh, that's so fun.
Oh yeah. So Phil says hi, dude.
Yeah.
The parties we had at his house when I lived with him.
Oh, I can only imagine.
Legendary status.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Damn it.
I can only imagine.
I'm having I haven't heard his name in a minute, so I'm having like intense flashbacks.
Nice. Right now. That's what we try to do here.
Yep.
We want to give you an experience, man.
Making flashbacks happen.
A single tear is like ready to come
out. That's cute.
Oh, that's so
cute in a very manly way.
Yeah, a manly cute.
Yes.
That's fun. Very nice. Ooh.
Oh. I had to get up to grab a beer real quick.
Oh yes. Brad is refueling.
Cool. So I'll just stay here with the camera on me for a minute.
So do your funniest impression.
Yep, that's how we do magic
Funniest
tricks around here.
Yeah.
This is me with a British accent.
Mate.
I don't know. I can't. I gotta.
Well, now we've offended all of our British friends.
All two of them.
All two of them.
Yeah.
I have more than two.
12.
That's probably an accurate number.
Sweet.
12 British friends. Oh, man. Anyway, Zach, so we're putting together a variety show. Yeah? That's what we're going to do.
Possibly. I'm kind of just surfing the web to see what would work best with it, but we'll see what happens.
Well, keep me in the loop, my friend. I definitely want to get involved in things like that. Even if it's behind the scenes, like this, it's a pleasure and a joy to even be behind the scenes and make things happen for the kids out there that all they did was play music for a living, and they really had nothing else to fall back on, because they're out there and you know them and I know them and we're friends with them.
Yeah.
So it's I'm definitely into doing anything like that. So keep me in the loop, my friend.
I will definitely do that. I have to say that I hear some forks and pans rustling around. I do believe it's time for one of those late dinners. Well, we are up at the 10 o'clock hour anyway, so I'll go ahead and get my outro out of the way. Okay.
I do want to thank you, Zach, for being on the show with us tonight. Mr. Zack Jones, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
And thank you all to everybody that's tuned in tonight. And, of course, our podcast listeners that will be hearing the show tomorrow and beyond that. Please go and like us at YouTube, Brad Brock Music. Please go and subscribe to that channel. And a final note from me, you guys. Although we're in uncertain times, kindness goes a long way. Cooler heads will always prevail. And we are all in this together. So don't lose faith. Come and see the Jams and Podcast show on Wednesday nights. If you need a break from reality, we'll give you some real, but we'll also give you some fun. And we're always here to chat. So if you have anything you want to get off your chest, drop into the comments. We're going to read them. We're going to get through this together. We love you guys. Give it up one more time for Ms. Jordyn Taylor. Coming back into the wire.
Toodles, everyone.
And Kev Ohm is supposed to be on the show next week. I'm going to touch base with him. Otherwise, we'll have something cool for you guys next week, and I'll let you know. In the meantime, it might be Zach again. But you guys are awesome as always. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week. Good night.
Thanks, Zach. Toodles.
Good night.